Hey YouTube, today is the day that I've been waiting for. I'm doing my game collection for all of the games that I have so far that I'm using for my early 2000s video series. So I have 2 Xbox 360 games, about 10 or 11 DS games, 4 GameCube games, 12 GBA games, and 8 Wii games, I think. So that's a lot of games. I'm not going to count the total right now, so if you want to leave a comment before I do the math myself, feel free to. So, yeah, let's go through what I got. First is Namco Museum, GBA. So this game is a lot of fun. It has, I think, 5 classic Namco games. Mrs. Pac-Man, surprisingly, Pac-Man is not on there. Pole Position, Dig Dug, my favorite. Galaga, I think, and Galaxian. I mostly have been playing through Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man and Dig Dug. I am really good at Dig Dug. I actually played it earlier today. But that's Namco Museum. This game is also available on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, by the way. And was released on this was released as a launch game for this system, GBA, but for the GameCube as well, I think it was the launch title, and same for the Xbox. Alright, I have 4 games including this that are GBA that I only have just the cart for. Mario Kart Super Circuit. This is probably one of my least favorite Mario Karts because the controls are kind of wonky. They have not aged well, and it's kind of hard to do so with a D-pad on a system that's only limited to so much. But it is still a good game. This is, I think, my first game that I ever got for the GBA. Yeah, it was fun when I got it. It is still good, though, but for the games that I just have the cart for, I do need to get the box and manuals for, so I'll definitely be sure to get those. I'll try to get them before I start my new series, but that is going to take some time. So that's Mario Kart Super Circuit, released on August 27th, 2011. By the way, both of these 2 games I have gameplay videos on, so be sure to check those out. Next, Tetris Worlds. This is also one of the very first games that I got when I got a Game Boy Advance. And Tetris was right up my alley back then, and it was only a few years ago. So Tetris is still very fun. And I actually do have a gameplay of this game as well. You can check that out if you want. This game is also available for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Yeah. So be sure to check out the gameplay videos of those 3 games that I just said. Next is Donkey Kong Country. This is actually this is based off of the Super Nintendo game. I don't have a Super Nintendo, but I have played this game through Nintendo Switch Online, and still a great game. And I don't play Donkey Kong too much. The Donkey Kong game that I play the most, if anything, is probably the original NES game, Donkey Kong. I do have that as a gameplay video, I should tell you, so be sure to check that out. Alright, next, the other games are boxed games, and we got... Let me just move the camera down. First, we have Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. Oh, by the way, this game was released on March 9th, 2003, and this game was released in June 6, 2003, I believe. Next is Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. Shockingly, I do not have the first Super Mario Advance and never played it, but I definitely need to do that because usually people say you should play the original game first before playing any of the follow-ups. And this is a player's choice variant of this game, as you can see. So I don't really have an issue with collecting player's choice compared to other collectors that want the original releases. But yeah, this is Super Mario World. Just in general, I have played it before. It's a really fun game, so if you want to play this game portably, I recommend you get this version instead of the SNES version. This is released on December 14th, 2001. Next, we have Finding Nemo. This is one of my favorite movies. I should mention I first saw this movie when I was like 3 to 4, and then only recently, last year, I found out that there was a video game. Shockingly, but at least now I know because I do. Anytime that there is a movie released and there's a game for it, if I actually like the movie, which in most instances I would, if it's from this time period, normally it would seem interesting, but, yeah, it's cool to know now that there's a video game of this movie. I've known this movie for years now, of course, but, I never knew there was a video game, but it's very strange. And I only started gaming 5 years ago, but I never knew this. But about the game, it's basically, if you're familiar with the movie, which you should be if you know this game, it's basically you're just interacting with the characters to basically do a gameplay of the entire story plot of the movie. So that's basically what these type of video games are, and usually if there's a video game of that, I'd usually be interested in it. If it's a movie that I like and there's a video game, I'm always interested since I really like video games. But yeah, this game is available for PS2 and Xbox and GameCube as well. So I would recommend you try this if you do like Finding Nemo. I have a friend who she tells me that this is one of her favorite movies, but yeah, if you do like the movie, I recommend you play the game, if you do like video games. Next, we have the classic NES series remake of Super Mario Brothers. Of course, I had to pick this up because I do really like Super Mario Bros. I've actually beat this game once, and trust me, it was not that easy on the final level, so, yeah. There's not really much to talk about this game because everybody should know it if you know what Nintendo is. But yeah, I recommend if you want to play this game portably, just like with Super Mario World, probably pick up this game. Or you could pick up Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color. But I probably would recommend you pick this up if you just want the original Super Mario Brothers. And this was released on May 5th, 2003. I keep forgetting to mention release dates. Yeah, this was released in May 5th, about 10 days, 10 to 13, I think, around that time of the movie's release. And this game was released on June 2nd, 2004, along with the other classic NES series games. Next, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. So this game is basically an action game. But its title is supposed to be something made up in the case of Lights Camera Action. That's what it's supposed to be, but since it's SquarePants, that's why they're maybe saying Lights Camera Pants. That's how they came up with that. This game is an okay game. I do like the show SpongeBob, of course. I've known it for quite a while now, and I've only started knowing about the games 2 years ago. But if you do like SpongeBob, if you like Nickelodeon, I recommend that you try out any of the Nickelodeon games that I mentioned. Well, I don't even have a lot, actually. I don't have a lot, so, but either way, try and pick up some Nickelodeon games, especially SpongeBob if you like Nickelodeon stuff. Next is, also this was on October 19th, 2005 for the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube as well. Next is Cars. This is my favorite movie of all time, and I do especially like the video game. Now, I should mention the GBA ports of these types of games are totally different than the home console ports because the GBA is limited to so much because of its 32 bits and stuff. But yeah, even though, despite that, this is still a great game no matter what because I like the movie. And something about this game is I actually beat this, and when you beat it, you actually get every single screenshot, which there are actually screenshots from the actual movie. And to be honest, they actually don't look bad in that pixelation because they actually do. They're able to enhance the graphics in some way. They're actually able to do something so that graphics don't look too pixelated with the picture, which a lot of the GBA games around the end of the system's lifespan improve graphics so that they would actually look like how you'd see them normally. But this game was also on much more platforms than the other games I said. This is on PS2, PSP, 360, original Xbox, GameCube, and DS, and was a launch game for the Wii. If you like cars, I recommend you pick up this game. This next one is based off a Disney show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Tipped and Capper. This is pretty much... no, I actually have another Disney show game that I will show you later in my DS section. But this game is basically just a, I guess, platformer, I guess I could say. But it is cool. I picked this up because this show is very interesting, and it just seems more nostalgic than anything else Disney related. Maybe Pixar things are also inching that out, but still, this is one of the more nostalgic Disney shows. I have seen a lot of the episodes, by the way, and they're really fun. But so basically, I'll show you the back. So basically, Cody and Zack are in trouble, and they need to sneak out of something in some way. So, yeah. Released on October 24th, 2006. This released on June 6th, 2006. Sorry, I keep forgetting to give you the release info. I really need to remember that. Next, another Nickelodeon game, Drake and Josh. This game is also similar to this, except it's Drake and Josh, of course, but this is probably my favorite Nickelodeon show. SpongeBob is my second favorite, but Drake and Josh is just my most favorite. And this is basically the same as the other game, like I mentioned. And basically for the first part, which I mostly played through, Drake is late to his class, and he has to walk without being seen by the hall monitors. And this is basically, well, in my school as well. Well, I'm starting a new school, but during my middle school times, I actually did have one hall monitor that they didn't want. It's not like this where you couldn't wander the hall anywhere you want, but in my school, you could just go to the hall just to go to the bathroom or something, but still, you can't just be wandering the hall doing nothing, of course, because then they just make you go back to class, which most people in my school sometimes do like to just wander the halls looking for people to talk to, I guess, because they don't want to be in class, but still, beside the point, but still, I recommend you pick up this game too, if you do like Nickelodeon, like I said earlier with the SpongeBob game. Next, pretty much my only DreamWorks game, Shrek the Third. Surprisingly, I do not have Shrek 2 or the original Shrek game, which I need to do that. Like I said, you should try the first game before the follow-ups. But still, this game, again, is different than the other ports. PS2, PSP, 360, Wii, and DS. But, well, DS would obviously be different than the home consoles, of course, because of that being pixelated too, just like GBA, so they're limited to so much. But still, no matter what platform you pick up, the game is still amazing, even if it is different than the original versions that are considered the originals. But I don't know too much about this game because I don't play it too much. It's not that I'm not a fan of Shrek, because I actually recently just finished watching the original Shrek movie. But yeah, this game was released on May 2nd, 2007. Next, GameCube. Super Smash Bros. Melee. This game is the best-selling game for the GameCube, and if you have a GameCube, you probably should know about this. So this game is really fun. I actually have been playing a lot through the battle missions, or whatever you call them. And they're really, sometimes they can be difficult, and sometimes they can be fun. But still, this is the bestseller variant of the game, and this game was released on November 21st, 2001. I would pick this up if you love GameCube. Next, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. So recently I've been playing a lot of this game, and now I understand it better than I used to when I first bought this game. So basically you have to hit a golf ball very hard, actually. You hit it and it flies really far, which they put the golf flags very far from where you start on purpose. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's different holes in different places, and I would recommend, if you're a fan of golf in the real world, try this game out, because Mario sports games on the GameCube are much more better than other Mario sports games, even though this is really the only one I've played so far. That game was released on July 29th, 2003. Next, Spider-Man 2. Again, I really need to get the first one, but I just seem to be interested in the second one already, and I don't know how. But now you understand that you should probably pick up the first game before picking up the second or the third or the fourth. Or the fifth, if there is a fifth. But still, the Spider-Man movies, the Spider-Man trilogy is pretty interesting. I wonder why in the movies they always want to make whoever the name of the person, Tobey Maguire or whatever his name is, they make him play as. I don't know why that he's always late to everything, like he normally is. I wish he wasn't, but probably just because he's busy being Spider-Man and he can't reveal that. But still, I recommend you try out the first game and the second game, actually. This was also released on PS2, Xbox, and GBA. But I just wanted to pick up the GameCube version. And hey, the player's choice label matches the color of the theme here, because it's all yellow. Other than Spider-Man, of course. But next we have Lego Star Wars, the video game. I have been playing this game a lot recently, and let me tell you, I actually have been hearing Star Wars music a lot this year. I've been playing in my band class in school, and that's pretty much all I can remember about that, other than I've just been hearing it from this game, of course, and other Star Wars games that I own. I have 2 other Lego Star Wars games that you're going to see in a while, but this has Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3 that I've unlocked. but still, it's I recommend that you try this, or even complete Saga, which pretty much has everything from this game, and I think Lego Star Wars 2 as well. But this game is also on PS2, Xbox, or GBA rather, and that's it for Lego Star Wars. And I forgot to mention again, this game was released on June 28th, 2004. For the DS, it was a launch title, and for the PSP, it was also a launch title. Next, now we're starting DS. Next, we have Super Mario 64 DS. This game is one of the most difficult Mario games I've ever played, and to be honest, I've not even played the original Super Mario 64 before, which is funny. But I definitely need to do that, considering I do have an N64. I only have 2 games for it, but I'm rather more interested in collecting for these systems more, since I'm gonna want a ton of games for the systems I'm gonna need to use for my series in a few months. But stay tuned for that, but I'm just going to give you an overview. But Super Mario 64 DS, you now have Luigi, Yoshi, and Wario, and new Super Mario Bros. For the DS also adds the mini games from this game. They also add it that are originally from this game, which is pretty cool, and they are supposed to make use of the touch controls, since that's one of the legendary that's one of the things that made the DS legendary. So I would recommend you pick this up if you want to play Super Mario 64 portably. But it is a difficult game, I can tell you. Released as a launch game for the DS on November 21st, 2004. Next, we have The Incredibles: Rise of the Underminer. I will be honest with you, this is probably the movie The Incredibles is probably all the way on the bottom for my favorite Pixar movies. It's not bad, but it's just probably not one of my favorite movies for Pixar out there. But this game is still a little tricky. I haven't even played too much of it. I haven't even gotten around to playing too much of it, but I will do that right after this video. I will play a lot of it. I will try to play a lot of this game after I finish uploading this video. But still, if you do like The Incredibles, I recommend you pick it up. This is also for PS2, Xbox, GBA, and GameCube as well. Then, released on October 24th, 2005. Next, Mario Kart DS. This is probably my favorite Mario Kart of all time. And on the 100cc, somehow it's trickier than other games like Mario Kart Wii. And I don't know how for this version, probably because the DS doesn't have a circle pad like they do with the 3DS. But still, probably because I'm used to using joysticks for Mario Kart games. But still, it's not as bad as Super Circuit with the D-pad control that has not aged very well. But still, Mario Kart DS is probably my favorite Mario Kart. Let me know down below, what is your favorite Mario Kart game? Do you like DS, Double Dash, Wii, 7, any of those? If you, any Mario Kart game, let me know what it is. Next, we have November 14, 2005, this released. Next, we have Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This game adds a little bit more to it, and it has episodes IV through VI. I forget what numbers those mean, but still, so this is different than Lego Star Wars, the video game originally, of course. Not as easy as Lego Star Wars, the video game, of course, but still. This game is also for PS2, PSP, Xbox, and then Xbox 360, GameCube, and GBA as well. But I recommend this. If you like Star Wars music, pick it up. Of course, I have 3 Star Wars games just because I've been hearing a lot of Star Wars stuff this year. Next, here's the other thing I was mentioning, that I have more than one Disney show type game. I have The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Tipped in Trouble. So, this is supposed to be the prequel to Tipped and Capper, and it's actually supposed to be the same, and this actually somewhat relates to Tipped and Capper, basically, so there really isn't too much to talk about this game. But I still recommend that if you do like the Sweet Life, if you like Disney shows, old school ones, pick this up. It was released on September 19th, 2006. So yeah. Next, Mario Party DS. I have been playing this game a lot because it's Mario, and I do like Mario games a lot. But this is actually my very first Mario Party, surprisingly. I have not played Mario Party before then. So, Mario Party DS, I haven't played too much of it, though, I'll be honest. But still, I recommend it if you like handheld Mario Party games. Released on November 8th, 2007. Next, I'm going to try to make this quick. Next, we have High School Musical 2. I haven't played too much of this game either, to be honest. I haven't paid too much attention to the movies, but I do need to get around to doing that, so there really isn't too much that I can talk about this game, but I do know the release date, of course. This was on May 15th, 2008, but if you like High School Musical and that sort of stuff, I recommend it. The final no, this is not the final DS game, but this game is Wall-E. Probably a better Disney game in my opinion, because I do like a lot of Pixar stuff. It's basically it's basically relating to science. Wall-E is the only robot standing, and he has to get rid of trash, I guess, that's endangered his Earth. And he also meets someone else named Eve that basically helps Wall-E out. I haven't played too much of this game, just I know about this since I'm paying more attention to the movie. But I do recommend this if you like Pixar movies. The last DS game I have here is Band Hero. So Band Hero... Oh, also, this game... Wall-E. Where's Wall-E? Wall-E was also on PS2, PS3, PSP, 360, and Wii as well. But Band Hero is on PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii, just not PSP. But Band Hero is different on the DS, but they were able to do it because accessories such as the guitar grip for Guitar Hero have already been in existence. So the DS had, the GBA slot had definitely been a standard for popular DS accessories that have been a little bit obscure. But they are a little funny, but still some things that make the DS very popular. I have played through a little bit of this game. I do have an unboxing video of this, actually. But I recommend this game if you do like Guitar Hero and stuff like that. Now on to 360. Cars Mater National Championship. So this game is pretty interesting. This is actually my very first 360 game. And it's interesting. It's basically a racing game, and it takes place in Radiator Springs. You should be familiar with this if you've seen the Cars movies. And during the races, they actually have the option to have certain music from the movie be played, such as songs like Life is a Highway and stuff. One of my favorite songs, by the way. But still, pick this up if you do like Cars. I told you I had another Star Wars game. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Oh, by the way, this game was released on October 29th, 2007, June 24th, 2008, and November 3rd, 2009. Sorry, I keep forgetting, but this game is also on PS2, PS3, 360, 360 is this, DS, Wii, and GBA. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, released on November 6, 2007, for PS3, Wii, and DS as well. So this basically has everything from the first game, and I think it should also have everything from the second game. I haven't gotten to that point. All I know is that everything from the first game is here from episodes 1, 2, and 3. But still, I recommend this if you want to have the first two games together, I guess. Now we're on to Wii. First, we're going to start off with the classic that my 3 latest videos have been on before this, Wii Sports. This is one of my favorite games for the Wii. So Wii Sports has 5 games on it. All of them are. This game basically helps the Wii in terms of sales because a majority of Wii's, even a few limited edition consoles, actually come bundled with Wii Sports. But I recommend this. There isn't too much to talk about this because everybody knows about it, but I recommend it. Next, we have The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This is also on the GameCube as well. This was released on November 19th, 2006, a launch game as well as Twilight Princess, also for the GameCube on the same day. But Twilight Princess, I haven't played through too much, but basically Link has some missions on his horse. One of them I just finished doing, which is putting those goats in that goat pen or whatever. It's pretty funny. You have to chase them in there in order to get them to want to. But still, if you do like Zelda, the Zelda games, depending on what they are and what system they're on, can be collectible and a little bit expensive. At least this wasn't. The GameCube version usually goes for a lot more. But I do recommend this if you like Zelda. I have a lot of Mario games in these games, by the way. Next is Mario Kart Wii. This is actually, I have a few gameplay videos on this. Hopefully my next video will be a gameplay video of Mario Kart Wii. I've been playing the 100cc for everything on here, but everything for this channel. But I do not have the collector's edition box, unfortunately. I do have to order that, but I do have 2 Wii wheels, actually. But I recommend you pick this up. I'm going to try to make this quick because I feel like my phone's going to run out of storage soon. Next, Mario Super Sluggers. Surprisingly, I have the Nintendo Selects version, but still, Mario Super Sluggers is a good baseball game, I suppose. I don't play the sports Mario games too much, so I was wrong that this is my only Mario sports game. I just wasn't paying attention to that point. This game was released on June 19th, 2008, along with this in April 2008, 10th. But I recommend this if you like the Mario sports games. Next, we have Wii Sports Resort. Wii Sports Resort is, people say this is better than Wii Sports, and some people say that, and that turns to be true. Not for myself. I like the original because it's more nostalgic for me, but Wii Sports Resort, I have the collector's edition that comes with Motion Plus. But this game came out in April 16th, 2009, along with bundled Motion Plus, but this is also, this has 2 games from the original Wii Sports, but still, Wii Sports Resort is one of my favorite games, and bowling is my favorite in both Wii Sports and Resort. Next, Cars Race-O-Rama. This is another game to surprisingly use the Wii wheel. Odd choice, but still it worked out. Cars Race-O-Rama, I do like the guitar music on the menu, which I think should appear in all the other editions, such as PS2, PS3, PSP, 360, Wii, and DS. But still, this is an awesome game. I would pick it up. Next, we're getting to the end, guys. We have Kirby's Epic Yarn. This is an okay Kirby game. I'd probably recommend the DS Kirby games that I don't have, but I need to pick up. But this game is also interesting. It's a little bit different, strange for other Kirby games, but still, it's still a good game. Finally, both of these were released on October 14th, 2009, but this game, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the final game, released on November 11th, 2009. This is one of my favorite games. I've been waiting for this case to do this video, and this is one of my favorite games of all time, one of my favorite mainline Mario games, I want to say. And yeah, that's my entire game collection. This is probably my longest video if I say that, but thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time.